everyone, I'm Karthik from IT section and my roll number is 1230. Today on concept video my topic is about what is process concepts, and let us know what is process concepts and its types in further slides. I am going to discuss what is process concepts in further slides briefly. So let us dive into our topic. First, let us know what is process concept. A question that arises in discussing operating systems involves what to call the CPU activities. A batch system executes jobs, whereas a time-shared system has user programs or tasks. Even a single user system such as Microsoft Windows, a user may be able to run several programs at a time. A word processor, a web browser, and an email package. So, a batch system executes jobs, whereas a time shared system has a user programs or tasks. So, coming a single user system, we can take example as Microsoft Windows. A user may be able to run several programs at one time, such as a word processor, a web browser, or emails packages. Even if the user can execute only one program at a time, the operating system may need to support its own internal programmed activities such as memory management. In many respects, all these activities are similar, so we call of them processes. The term job process are used almost interchangeably in this text. So a user can execute only one program at a time. As we know this before, the operating systems may need to support its own internal programmed activities such as memory management, device management, etc. In many respects, all these activities are similar, so we call of them as processes. The term the terms job and processes are used almost interchangeably in this text. So let us know the process. What is a process and how it is executed? So informally, as mentioned earlier, a process is a program in execution. A process is more than the program code, which is sometimes known as the text section. It also includes the current activity as represented by the value of the program counter and the contents of the program registers. A process generally also includes the process stack, which contains temporary data such as function parameters, return addresses, and local variables, and a data sections which contains global variables. So this is a process. A process is a program in execution. A process is more than the program code, which is sometimes known as the text section. It also includes the current activity as represented by the value of the program counter. This is about the process. So a process may also include a heap, which is a memory that is dynamically allocated during the process runtime. So if we look at this, it is a process having a heap in between, stack, heap, data, and text. This contains a process. Let us know what is a process state. A process executes its changes state. The state of a process is defined in part by the current activity of that process. Each process may be in the following states: new, the process is being created; running, the instructions are being executed; waiting, the process is waiting for some event to occur, such as an input output completion or reception of a signal; ready, the process is waiting to be assigned to a processor; and terminated. These are the process state. A process executes its changes state. So in process state we have the following states such as new, running, waiting, ready, terminated. They run according to their activities such as the process is being created is new, instructions are being executed is running, and the process is waiting for some event to occur is waiting, and the process is waiting to be assigned to a processor is ready, and last is terminated. So it is important to realize that only one process can be running on any process at any instant. So if we look at this diagram, first a new which is process state is admitted to ready, and ready is admitted to running and interrupt. It is a cycle process, and running an event called input output or event wait, and it is waiting for the ready scheduler dispatch and input output event completion. So after running this whole process, it is terminated, that is which the process is getting exited. This is the whole process in which the ready and running are whole process which will be in a cycle, and this is about the process state. The process control block. Each process is represented in the operating system by a process control block, also called a task control block. It contains many pieces of information associated with a specific process, including this process state. The state may be new, ready, running, waiting, halted, and so on. Program counter. The counter indicates the address of the next instructions to be executed for this process. These are the process control block, in which it contains the process state and the program counter. CPU registers. The registers CPU register is another process control block, and the registers vary in number and type depending on the computer architecture. They include accumulators, index registers, stack pointers, general purpose registers, plus any condition code information. So here we can look what are registers. So there are process state, process number, program counter, registers, memory limits, list of open files, etc., and so on in the CPU registers. So some more information on the process control block. They are memory management information. This information may include such information as the value of the base and the limit registers, the page tables or the segment tables, depending on the memory system used by the operating system. Accounting information. This information includes the amount of CPU and the real time used time limits, account members, job or process numbers, and so on. Input output status information. This information includes the list of the input output devices allocated to the process, a list of open files, and so on. In brief, the PCB simply serves as the repository for the any information that may vary from process to process. So these are some more types of a process control block. They are memory management information, accounting information, and input output status information. Coming to the memory management, this information may include such information as the value of the database and limit registers. Coming to the accounting information, this information includes the amount of CPU and the real time used time limits, account members, and job or process numbers. Coming to input output status information, this information includes the list of input output devices allocated to the process, a list of open files, and so on. So coming to threads, the process model discussed so far has implied that a process is a program that performs a single thread of execution. For example, when a process is running a word processor program, a simple thread of instruction is being executed. This single thread of control allows the process to perform only one task at a time. So here the thread which performs the task in a single thread process and in its a multi-thread process. In single thread process we have code, data, files and registers and stack, and in multi-thread process we have different registers for different threads at each part. This is about the threads. Thus the user cannot simultaneously type in characters and run the spell checker within the same process. For example, many modern operating systems have extended the process concept to allow a process to have multiple threads of execution and thus to perform more than one task at a time. This is about what is a process concept and process concepts. Thank you.